Hey, welcome back to Jacq of All Trades, the podcast for the multi-passionate, the curious, and the creatively burnout. Today's episode is extra for you if you're feeling crispy around the edges and can't quite figure out why. Because we're going to talk about burnout, but not the hustle until you collapse kind everyone always warns you about. I'm talking about the sneaky, quiet, why am I so tired when I haven't done anything today kind of burnout. I've been through burnout 3 times, and only one of them looked like the typical overwork scenario. Let's break it down. My first rodeo with burnout was classic, full blown hustle mode. I had just started a business with my partner, and we were doing everything like sourcing vendors, handling production, running pop up booth, probably one step away from selling a kidney just to pay rent and buy crackers. I wish I was exaggerating. Sleep, luxury. Eating out, wasn't even thinking about it. We were basically surviving on coffee and crackers and adrenaline. It got so bad that our friends literally chipped in and sent us on a local getaway because we looked like two zombies who lost their way back to the underworld. But here's the thing, back then, the burnout made sense. We were working non stop, we were broke, and we were in full survival mode. I didn't even question why I felt dead inside. I just figured it was the price of chasing a dream. Now, the second burnout. This one, total curveball. COVID hit, the world slowed down, and suddenly I had time. No deadlines, no daily grind, just me, my thoughts, and a lot of mobile gaming. Which sounds great, right? Except it wasn't. Everyone else was making sourdough or starting side hustles. Meanwhile, I was spiraling. The quiet made all the money anxiety 10 times louder. I felt like I should be doing something productive. Anything. Every hour spent gaming felt like a missed opportunity to hustle. And to top it all off, my partner was fighting cancer during that time. So I was mentally juggling hospital logistics, financial worries, and this overwhelming guilt for not doing more, all while sitting still. This was the burnout of helplessness. I wasn't busy, but I was emotionally wrecked. Then came burnout number three, which was the post pandemic chaos. Once companies started opening up, it was like the entire world hit fast forward. Everyone wanted to make up for lost time. So naturally, I ended up clocking 70 to 80 hours work weeks. Meetings, deadlines, side gigs, rinse, repeat, crash. Life was actually good as I was making tons of money, but I was feeling empty. The worst part, it felt normal. Everyone around me was also struggling, so it just became part of the grind. I ignored all the red flags until my body stepped in like, ma'am, no. Anxiety, insomnia, brain fog, high blood pressure. So, can you burn out without being busy? 100% yes. Burnout isn't always about how much you're doing, it's about how much you are holding. You can be sitting in your room doing absolutely nothing and still feel completely drained. Why? Because you might be carrying financial stress, health worries, guilt for not being productive, feeling disconnected from your purpose, that general what the fuck am I even doing with my life vibe. All of that is still stress. And stress, when it's left to simmer, will roast your nervous system over slow fire until you're crispy on the inside and wondering why even brushing your teeth feels like a chore. So, what I've learned about burnout the hard way is that it isn't always a sign you have done too much. Sometimes it's your soul quietly whispering, "This isn't working for me." And you don't have to wait until you're sobbing in the pantry at 2 a.m. to take it seriously. Trust me. What actually helped me wasn't just stopping, it was reconnecting with myself, with what lights me up, with things that actually nourish me, not just numb me. So if you're feeling the same way, here's what helped me, and maybe it'll help you too. First, redefine what rest means. Doom scrolling TikTok or binging Netflix while spiraling in your head? That's not rest. That's digital sedation. Real rest looks like taking a guilt free nap, journaling all your chaos out of your brain, going for a walk without a podcast blasting, doing nothing on purpose. Yes, on purpose. If you're the type who schedules bathroom breaks, then yes, block rest into your calendar like a meeting. Rest isn't optional, it's oxygen. Second, check your purpose and alignment. Burnout loves to sneak in when your life feels misaligned. Ask yourself, do I still care about this path I'm on? Am I doing this from passion or just survival mode? What's one small tweak that could make this feel better? It might not mean quitting your job or running off to Bali. It could just mean reconnecting with your why. That part's hard, and not gonna lie, I don't always succeed. That's why I'm consistently inconsistent. Sometimes I need to turn to my mentor or a coach, or even just a brutally honest journaling session to get me back on track. Then there are boundaries you need to build, even with yourself. Burnout thrives in boundaryless spaces. And I'm not just talking about other people's expectations. I'm talking about our own habits too, like no work talk after 7 p.m., no checking Instagram insights during dinner, no comparing my content to someone else's just because they have better lighting. You can use app blockers, calendar blocks, or go old school with a sticky note that says, "Not everything is urgent." Personally, I silence all calls and check messages only when I feel like it. I'm not a doctor. Nobody's dying if I miss a DM. And you need to talk about it seriously. Say it out loud. I'm not okay. Burnout gets worse in silence. Whether it's your partner, your BFF, your therapist, or your dog, talk. Name it. Heck, you can even talk to me if you want to. Just don't bottle it up. Finally, always remember to measure your energy, not your productivity. Track what actually lights you up and what drains you. For example, I've learned that writing my short stories and designing in Canva actually energize me way more than editing a 20-minute video. Once you start noticing those patterns, you can restructure your workload around it. Like, I do most of my video editing in the morning when I have more energy and leave the good stuff after lunch since it'll still excite me. Energy is the real currency, not just to-do list. Burnout doesn't make you weak. It just means you've been strong for too long without enough rest, without enough support, and without enough room to just be. So, if this resonates, you're not broken. You're just a human in a world that keeps demanding more while giving less. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And if this episode helped, feel free to send it to a fellow crispy human who might need the reminder too. Until next time, breathe, pause, and maybe take that nap. You've earned it.